afternoon, boys and girls. This is AVID Friday. It's another SEL day and for AVID, and I am your host, Mrs. Lewis. So today I'm coming to you from my home, and I put together a activity for us to do today that is an AVID strategy, and it's a way for us to discuss things and to think deeply about things. It's kind of like a debate. So if you guys have ever seen a debate on TV, you may have seen presidential debates lately, but this one is a debate between the whole class. And so what we are going to be doing today is called philosophical chairs. And you might be thinking, I have never heard of that. I do not know what that is, or I don't even know what the word philosophical means, and that's okay. So let's take a look at the essential question today. So the essential question is always important, like what are we doing today and why are we doing it? And that's an AVID strategy as well. So how can we use the AVID strategy, philosophical chairs, in distance learning? So if you don't know what philosophical chairs are, it's absolutely okay. You're going to learn how to do it, and you're going to learn how to do it on Zoom today. So let's take a look at our next slide. So your question might be very simple. What is philosophical chairs? Well, if you look over here, it says philosophical chairs is a format for classroom discussion that ensures respectful dialogue, mutual understanding, and a deep engagement into the subject matter. Once a statement is provided, students select a side either for or against, pro or con, yes or no, agree or disagree. Now for today, because it's Friday, I don't want to make your brains go crazy. It's supposed to be more of like a social emotional learning type day. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a real simple statement that everybody can participate with. And you'll see what that is in just a minute. So don't get too worried. We're going to do a little writing today, but it's going to be fun. Okay, so now that we know what philosophical chairs is, it's kind of like a debate format in a classroom. How does it work? Well, first of all, the teacher, me or your teacher, or maybe a student in your class, presents a statement for the class to consider. Now, all students are going to spend 3 minutes writing your ideas about the statement in your notebook paper, or just a piece of paper that you have. You're going to decide which position to take. Either you agree or you disagree, yes or no, with the statement that I'm going to give you. You're going to discuss your ideas and positions with the class in a class format for about, it says 10 to 15 minutes normally. For this, we might just do 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what you guys are able to do and how much time you have. And then you're going to write a reflection that includes maybe a comment that most challenged you after you had an opinion, and then somebody said something else, and you're like, wait a second. Now I think I'm going to switch sides, and we'll talk about why that's okay too. So maybe you're going to write that reflection about what challenged your thinking, whether you changed your mind or you didn't change your mind, if you were feeling like you were open-minded during the discussion. Maybe you became more open-minded as we started talking more and more, and you start hearing your friends give their opinions about the particular subject. So now we're going to go to the rules of engagement for philosophical chairs, and this is made specifically for Zoom. So what we want to make sure is that only one person speaks at a time, and the way to do that is you're going to listen to the speaker like you're listening to me right now, and you're going to stay muted until you are called to speak. And to let the teacher know, who is the mediator, that you want to say something, you will put up your virtual hand, like a virtual raised hand, in your little Zoom window. I would like you guys to restate what the person said before you. So you would, and I'll have a slide that talks about that more, like you might say something like, I agree with Allison when she said blah, 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 because. So you want to make sure you're giving your friends credit for what they said. And if you agree with them, you could just say, I agree with so-and-so when she said this for this reason. And one of the bigger rules is to make sure that you're not dominating the debate or the philosophical chairs. You are letting 3 people talk that are on the side that you're on, before you speak again. That's really, really important. All right, are you ready? Let's try it. So the next slide is going to tell us what our statement is going to be for this philosophical shares activity. Are you ready? Let's go. Here's the statement, very up here at the top. Cats make better pets than dogs. That's the statement. I made it. I'm not telling you whether I agree or disagree with it, but it's a statement I made, and it's a statement I've heard in the past. And now you get to choose a side. Whether or not you have a cat or a dog, it doesn't matter. You choose a side. Do you agree or disagree with the statement above? If you agree, you're over here on this side. Yes, I totally agree with this statement. If you disagree, you over here, you're going to be on this side of the judge. You disagree with that statement. You must think that maybe dogs make better pets than cats. But again, the statement is cats make better pets than dogs. Now, how do we play? How do we do this on Zoom if you haven't already played this with your class? Well, to play on Zoom, if you agree with the statement that cats make better pets than dogs, you're going to keep your video camera on like it is right now or how it should be. But don't change anything yet. You don't want to show anybody what your statement is yet. You don't want to tell them if you agree or disagree yet. If you disagree with the statement, you're going to turn your video off when I tell you to, but not before. So when you turn your video off, that's telling me, that's telling your classmates that, oh no, you disagree that cats make better pets. If your camera is on, you agree with that statement. Now, this is important. You can switch sides, and I encourage you to switch sides if you feel like you changed your mind. And if you change your mind because somebody convinced you with a really convincing statement, all you need to do is turn your video camera on or off depending on how you changed your mind. Now, let's have fun and see if we can change each other's mind. Now, don't do anything with your cameras yet. The first thing we're going to do is we have to write down our thoughts so that we are more likely to engage and talk during this lesson. So here it is. The statement that I said, whoops, take out a piece of paper, write in your notebook paper, piece of white paper, scratch paper, whatever. But I want you to do, I want you to write for 3 minutes if you can. Maybe if you're not a writer, you might draw something that talks about your opinion about why cats make better pets than dogs, or vice versa. So you're going to write or draw a picture for 3 minutes about whether you agree or disagree with that statement. Now, don't forget, the statement is right there. Cats make better pets than dogs. That is the statement. You either agree or you disagree with that statement. You can't change it. Okay? All right, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that. So if your teacher wants to pause the video for 1 to 3 minutes, whatever your class can handle. Maybe you first graders need only a minute, or kindergartners. You're going to draw me a nice little picture that basically says whether you agree that cats make better pets than dogs, because kindergartners can do this too, and first graders. All right, you guys can do this. We're going to just change it around just a little bit for you guys. So if you want to draw me a picture, that's fine. Which one if you agree with that. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video. All right, I hope you guys went ahead and wrote down or drew me a picture about why you agree or disagree with that statement, cats make better pets than dogs. Now, are you ready? Okay, let's debate. Now, I want you to either turn your camera off or on to show how you feel about the statement. Again, let's review back what you're going to do. If you agree, you're going to keep your video on. If you disagree, you're going to turn your video off with the statement about cats making better pets than dogs. All right. So now what you're going to do is I'm going to leave the sentence frame up for your class to go ahead and use. Again, this is for students 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Kinder and first, this slide probably won't work for you, but you guys can just have a really nice, rich discussion about whatever your students feel. They're going to talk about whether they agree or disagree with the statement. And then if you are second, third, fourth, or fifth grader, please use these to agree, these statement frames to agree or disagree with your classmates. So I'm going to go ahead and say, why don't you guys spend about 5 minutes or so doing this and having this discussion with your class, philosophical chairs. Don't be afraid to change your mind if somebody changes your mind. And if something really great happens with a statement that makes you change your mind, don't forget you're going to write about that in just a little bit. So again, you're going to take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what your grade level is, to go ahead and have that philosophical chairs discussion. And go. All right, so I hope everybody had an amazing class discussion, had fun, didn't get offended, we're listening to your friends, we're thinking, maybe I changed my mind, maybe I didn't change my mind, maybe I changed somebody else's mind. But that's the whole idea, is to know that our minds can be changed at any time. And it's good to have good reasons, because when you have good reasons, then you make good decisions and you make informed decisions. So let's take a look at the last part of this lesson. You are going to do a quick reflection, and you're going to refer to the prompts to the right here. So if you are second, third, fourth, or fifth grader, you are going to write a real quick reflection about how you felt about this activity. Basically, what is philosophical chairs? What was your opinion? Did it change? Did somebody change your mind? Did you stay the same? I want you to write a little bit about how you felt about this, and maybe something that really was an aha moment for you when someone said something like, oh, I never thought about that. Maybe I should change my mind. Maybe cats do make better pets than dogs for this reason. So go ahead and take the time to write that down, and then you guys can do a share out if you have time. But I just want to say that I hope you guys had fun today. This is something you guys can do in your class for all kinds of subjects. This was a more easy one. It was an easier version of some of the discussions that you can have in class. But just knowing that you can turn your video cameras on or off to show your opinion, and that you guys are going to respect each other and agree to disagree sometimes, and that it's absolutely okay. And I hope you come away with feeling like, oh, I really like that. I want to do that again sometime. It was really fun. If you have any good ideas for your teacher for philosophical chairs, you can always, put that in the chat for them. Let them see what maybe your idea might be for another time. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, and hope you had fun. And I will see you next month. Bye.